Okay, good evening to everybody. Today we are going to discuss about Bohr's atomic model and its applications. In this contest, we discuss the Bohr's atomic model and main postulates of Bohr atomic model and success of Bohr's model and calculations based on Bohr's atomic model and limitations of Bohr's model. Niels Bohr, a Danish physicist, studied in Rutherford Laboratory since 1912. He successfully explained the spectrum of hydrogen atom and presented Bohr's atomic model. He was awarded Nobel Prize in 1922. Bohr's atomic model postulates. Bohr atomic model was based on quantum theory of radiation and classical laws of physics. Bohr's model is based on particle nature of electron. Main postulates of Bohr's model of hydrogen atom. That means, according to Bohr's model, in hydrogen atom, electrons revolves around the nucleus in definite energy levels. These energy, these definite energy levels are called orbits or shells in an atom without radiating energy. That means, according to Niels Bohr, electrons, negatively charged electrons, revolve around the nucleus in circular paths. These paths are called orbits or shells. When electron revolve around the nucleus, it does not emitting or absorbing energy. Second postulate is as long as an electron remains in a shell, it never gains or loses energy. That means, the orbits in which electron can revolve around the nucleus, that shells are known as stationary orbits because the energy of the electron remains constant in these shells. Therefore, these orbits are called stationary orbits. Third postulate is the gain or loss of energy occurs within orbits only due to jumping of electrons from one energy level to another energy level. That means, electron absorbed energy, it goes into inner orbit to outer orbit. When electron jumps from outer orbit to inner orbit, it emits radiation. This radiation that is equal to h nu. According to Niels Bohr, each stationary orbit is associated with a definite amount of energy. Therefore, these orbits are also called energy levels, or these energy levels are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. from the nucleus outwards, or these are represented by K cell, L cell, M cell, and N cell, O cell, P cell, etc. Therefore, the energy associated with first energy level, that is represented by E1, energy associated with the second energy level, that is E2, third energy level, that is E3, fourth energy level, the energy associated with N cell, that is equal to E4. That means, energy levels are represented by integer numbers, that is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, etc. Or stationary energy levels are represented by K, L, M, N, O, P, etc. Next postulate is according to Niels Bohr. That means, electrons can revolve in those orbits the angular momentum of an electron is equal to integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Integral multiple of h by 2 pi. That value mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where where n represents the whole number. That means m represents the angular momentum of an electron is equal to the that means electron can revolve only in those orbits. The angular momentum of an electron is an integral multiple of h by 2 pi, that is mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, where m represents the mass of the electron and v represents the velocity of an electron, r represents the radius of the orbit, n represents the whole number, that values are equal to 1 2 3 4 so on etc integers. It cannot have fractional values. The h represents the Planck's constant. This is the postulate of Bohr atomic model. Fifth postulate is the attraction between nucleus and electron is equal to the centrifugal force on electron. Therefore, attraction force towards nucleus is balanced by centrifugal force away from the nucleus. That means the attractive forces between positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electron is balanced by centrifugal force acting on electron. Therefore, electron does not mix with nucleus. That means the atom remains stable, the atom remains constant. Okay, the energy of an electron changes only when it moves from one orbit to another orbit. That means the energy of an electron remains constant when it travels in stationary orbits. The energy of an electron changes only when it moves from one orbit to another orbit. That means an electronic transition from an inner orbit to outer orbit involves absorption of energy. That means when electron absorbed energy, it is transition from inner orbit to outer orbit. Similarly, when electron jumps from outer orbit to inner orbit, it releases energy. That means when electron jumps from outer orbit to inner orbit, it releases energy. When electron jumps from inner orbit to outer orbit, it absorbed energy. These absorbing and releasing energy, which is equal to the difference between the two energy levels, that is equal to higher energy level is represented by E2 and lower energy level is represented by E1. The energy difference between two energy levels, that is equal to E2 minus E1, that is equal to delta E. Delta E represents the difference between the two energy levels. Therefore, delta E is equal to E2 minus E1, that is equal to h nu, where h represents the Planck's constant and mu represents the frequency of radiation. Energy is absorbed when electron jumps from inner orbit to outer orbit, and energy is emitted when electron jumps from outer orbit to inner orbit. These are the main postulates of Bohr atomic model. Okay.